He's black. He's brutal. He's boss.
What up, people? It's your boy C4 coming back at you with another video. I know I dropped a video earlier today, but I just got to drop another one because I'm just seeing so much fuckery in this gaming community, and it's been here for a long time, you know. Gamers have been weak-minded individuals for a long time. The masses are weak-minded individuals, but I hate to see this because gaming is a passion of mine. It's something I enjoyed and something I love. And now I'm starting to see people come out with these videos like stop crying and stop bitching and game and all of this. And they saying we're gamers, so at the end of the day, you know, we shouldn't see a problem with this. And it's just crazy. For me, I don't dwell on problems that don't really concern me. For example, like I said in my video I dropped about the Xbox One earlier today. Like I said, always being online wasn't a problem for me. The used games thing is not really a problem for me because I could buy a game brand new, but I like to try shit out, you know, before I buy it. You know, and if it's a game that got a whole bunch of hype, I played the demo, I know I'm going to enjoy it, I know I'm going to love it, then I'm going to go ahead on and check it out. But not every game is that way. Some games could be good on the portion they give you in the demo, and you get the game and it's mediocre, it's boring, it's redundant, you know. Demos don't always satisfy the urge of, you know, to know whether you gonna like the game or not. But for me, it's not all of that other stuff. It's not all the negatives I'm hearing about always online. It's not the negatives about used games that's turning me off to the console. What's turning me off is the fact that I'm not owning what I'm paying for. If I go and I spend $500 or more on a system, let's be real. If you buy a brand new Xbox One, 9 times out of 10, it's gonna be $399. Okay, you're gonna need another controller, you're gonna need some games, you're gonna probably need a headset, you're gonna need Xbox Live, you're gonna need this, you're gonna need that. I go out and I spend all of this money on a new console, on games, and you mean to tell me you motherfuckers get to dictate what I can do with my shit? If you don't see something wrong with this, you can't call yourself a gamer. I'm sorry. You can say, you know, we gamers, we gotta deal with this. Fuck, we do. You don't deal with shit, you try to change shit. You know, you don't deal with what people tell you how things are gonna go. That's the problem with America right now. Too many motherfuckers get comfortable dealing with shit instead of trying to change shit. And that's the goddamn problem. This gaming community is weak as fuck if you decide that you want to accept what's going on. At one point in time, I won't say I was in denial, but I was giving it the approach that I'm gonna wait to get a confirmed message from Microsoft that this is what's going on. Once I get that confirmation that this is what's going on, fuck you. Eat a dick. Microsoft and Sony and anybody else who agree with that bullshit. You will not tell me what's mine and what I can do with my property after I pay for it. Plain and simple. Not to mention with this always online bullshit, you could tell motherfuckers is not real gamers because a real gamer will automatically say, when they say you gotta be online to play your game, an automatic gamer say, what kind of bullshit is that? Hell, my mother is an old school gamer and I told her about this shit and she said, really? Like, they gonna fail from that. And me and my mother was talking because she a gamer too, like I said. She gamed on the Super Nintendo, NES, even up to like the PlayStation, you know. She's a old school gamer. And we were talking about this and she was saying, man, I could see the game industry crashing for real. I said, you know, I could see that too. Because you look at it like this, if you always gotta be online, eventually down the road when they cut off those servers, you got a brick sitting there with a bunch of games that you can't do shit with. And like I said, you can tell you gamers that ain't real because you don't worry about shit like that. And I know you said you can't worry about the future and all of that bullshit. You got to live in the moment. I understand all of that, but it's bullshit. I mean, I don't give a fuck. You could have said that about the original Xbox. You could have said that about the PlayStation 2. You know, you look at those systems now, servers for both of them cut off. Now, could you imagine a person like myself, a real gamer who don't mind playing older games? Could you imagine not being able to go back and play your PlayStation 2 library? Could you imagine going back and not being able to play your Super Nintendo library? your original Xbox, your Dreamcast library because the servers are now turned off and you can't connect to the goddamn internet? You people aren't real gamers. You posers who set in this fad that's called the gaming world. You ain't real gamers. Real gamers worry about shit that's going to affect them. Real gamers worry about owning what's theirs and being able to do whatever they want with their property. Hell, you ain't even got to be a gamer to want to own your property. Like I said, could you imagine Chrysler or Mercedes at your door telling you can't sell your car? Come on, people. This is beyond gaming. This is our rights just being taken away from us of owning what we pay for. And anybody who stands up beside this bullshit, you bring shame to the gaming community. I'm just being real, man. I just had to rant on this shit, man, because I can't believe people. I'm one of the biggest Xbox fans there is. I'm not a fanboy, because if I was a fanboy, I wouldn't be making this video right here. I'm not a fanboy, but I am a fan of the Xbox brand. I enjoyed the original Xbox. I enjoyed the 360. And this right here is complete and utter bullshit. Complete and utter bullshit. And I don't give a fuck if it comes from Microsoft. I don't give a fuck if it comes from Sony or Nintendo. At the end of the day, I don't got to deal with the shit, and I won't deal with it if this is where it's going, but I hate to see people that's standing up for this bullshit. And I want to see how many of you Sony cocksuckers stand up against Sony when they announce this bullshit. I want to see how many of y'all motherfuckers that been on the internet day and night talking about, well, my mind's made up, PlayStation 4. PlayStation 4 all day. I want to see y'all motherfuckers stand up when Sony announced this shit. Or are you just a Sony ass drone that's just take anything they give you too? You know, at the end of the day, I'm a gamer. I enjoy my PlayStation 3. I enjoy my 360. I haven't owned a Nintendo console since the GameCube, but you know, I enjoy gaming at the end of the day, and that's what I want, a gaming machine. Being able to watch TV and Blu-rays when the shit is offline, who the fuck cares about that? So essentially, you telling me I'm gonna be paying $400 for a Blu-ray player and a TV player? I got motherfucking cable boxes. No, I ain't got a cable box in my man cable. Fuck, for $400, I get one put in this bitch. Fuck you, Microsoft. Fuck you, Sony, and the gaming industry, and any game developer who decides to go with this bullshit. This your boy C4. Chat with me, and I'm out. And I'm out. And I'm out. And I'm out. And I'm out.